Hi everybody, welcome back. Bunch of progress out here in the shop. Been a busy week. Busy working out here, getting stuff done, really getting this project moving again. Engine's going back together. I started remounting the pistons, sliding the pins back in. I was like, oh, I need to clue you guys in. Let you guys take a peek. Also, down here, show you guys here in a minute, big progress. Burn down can is now installed. Yes. And cylinders, more goodies. Progress. Really wanted to show you guys over here on this one. Locking in these piston pins. They're little bitty pins, snap rings essentially, little, almost 360, but they're just a little bit cut out so you can squeeze it down. There's really no trick to these. A lot of people think, you know, there's certain tools, you know, and everything for these. This is all you need. A pair of pliers and a snap ring. And a thumb. The thumb holds the ring in while you're setting the top. Really not a big deal. Leave a little gap there, if you guys can see. A little gap there so I can squeeze it in when it's locked in place. And I like using these needle nose because they really hold on to the ring tight. I don't have to worry about it shooting out of place or going anywhere. You see the paper I got back here, that's blocking the holes just in case. And actually, now that I think about it, I need to rotate it around a little bit because I haven't done this side yet. There we go. Get it up there to where I can get, yeah, now I can get a piece of paper underneath there. Grab one real quick. There we go. And we will tuck this in, because the last thing you want to do is drop this pin down in the crankcase. Or, you know, snap ring. It's no fun to have to fish them out. I think we've all done it, and that's really why we know. Do this. Get all that tucked in there. Okay, we're good. And if we do launch it somewhere, hopefully the paper will catch it. And really, we use these pliers to not launch it into outer space. Okay, we're gonna lock the top part in. Get it pushed in place. Use my thumb to hold it in. Squeeze it and slide it in. Then lock it in place. Really, the pliers help, but your thumb is the key. You can see there where it was really pushing on the back of my thumb. My thumb holds it in place. Of course, some of it's tools. Some of it is application. Most of it is really just technique. You know, technique that you kind of have to learn over the years of just doing it wrong. If you have to build an engine 6 times and get it wrong 5 times and the last time it's correct and it's a winner, you've succeeded. That's really all that matters. Learning, I feel like, is almost half the process. You know, you don't really understand how to do all of this from the get-go. I don't think anybody does. I don't. And I've done it for a long time. Get you guys back over here. We'll take a peek down here in a minute. New burn down can is looking good. Looking real good. So, where do we need to go next? Everybody's in and happy. Looking real good, actually. All of our outer space projectile prevention methods can come back out now. Thank you, paper towels. Right, looking good. Looking real good. And as you guys can see, probably I got my base gasket on here. Went ahead and slid the new base gasket on, really just to double check everything, that everything is going to fit. It's good. Looking real good, actually. Really looking perfect. That can come back down there. That's our cam chain tensioner there. That can come around. All right. Looking great. Yeah. Pistons are back on. And clean. Very clean. All happy. The rings all look beautiful. They'll all get a coat, light coat and oil before everything gets slid back together here. And that is really the next step here, which I started all this stuff because I wasn't really going to film it, because you got to be in your right frame of mind to be able to slide these babies back on. All four, as you see, all four pistons are even. They're all just sitting here. We can crank it around a bit here, like that, where two are on top and two are down. 1 and 4 down, 2 and 3 are up. When we slide these cylinders back on, you can't be in a hurry. You really can't even really be thinking about anything else. There's tools that I've seen, clamping pliers and stuff, they don't really fit in here. I don't really think it makes it any easier. I slide it on down, you know, lube everything up, get everything super clean, because it's going back together for the last time. Cleaned all this stuff before I put the pistons back together too, 100%. Of course, neighbor's mowing out here. Yet again. Who is this making all this noise? She's obese, so let me shut this door. Okay, there we go. Not sure. Hopefully it's a bit less noisy out there. Kind of bothering me in here because I'm trying to use my brain and think. Once again, none of this is easy. So, sliding these cylinders back on. I think I need to flip it around here. As you see, after the vapor hone, absolutely beautiful. Just, I mean, as clean as it would have been from the factory when Mr. Honda assembled it the first time. That's what we need to do. So this goes just like that. And, whoo, got to give it the big, the big calm down, because once we go to set these, as you guys can see, you slide them on with the, there's no bolts, it's studs, big long studs. You have to line up everything onto the studs. There we go. And essentially we're going to start by sliding the two tops of the pistons in. We have to, I guess, yeah. Okay, crankshaft is locked. It won't move because it's sitting against the cart over here. Otherwise you have to kind of hold that in place so it doesn't push down as you're trying to slide the first two on. And what I do, I think these, I've had other guys, I got vice grip fingers. My vice grip fingers are my piston ring squishers. As I slide everything in, I use my fingers and a small screwdriver to lock the piston ring, to squeeze the piston rings in. The chamfer on the bottom of the cylinders really helps too. There's a chamfer on the bottom that helps the piston rings compress and slide in. It's like this. It's not like this where it has to battle and kind of, you have to squeeze it all the way and then it'll pop in. The chamfer really helps them slide in, so that really helps. So let's just see here, see if it's going to behave. There's one. There's two. Okay. That looks good. And then what we have to do now is we have to see where our end gaps are. Essentially what I want I want one end gap facing this way and one end gap facing this way. Your piston ring gap, wherever that gap is, you don't want the two, you have two piston rings, top and bottom. You don't want those gaps to line up. If you want them, Yamaha says, I think it was 75 degrees. I like 90 degrees, or at least 180 across from each other. The 75 to 90 degree, I don't think it really matters, but I've seen Yamahas from the factory smoke, from the dealership. I've fixed them and take them completely apart, rotated the piston rings, put them back together. They were totally fine. I think having the rings 180 apart really is the best way to go. So we get our little pokey here. Done a lot of things with these little screwdrivers. They come in really handy. That's my finger, but on a smaller level. So we're going to see where this ring gap is right now. Okay, it's over here on this side, right in the middle. Okay, that's good. And then we'll put the one below it, we'll point it this way towards me. Because this one is pointing this way, we'll point the second one towards me. Okay, that's good. This one will do the same way. Second one will point that way. Slide that around there. There we go. Okay, and then the top one will point towards the middle, which is really close because I had them somewhat indexed. Once again, cannot rush this process. There's no hurrying any of this. Probably the hardest part about doing any of this at the racetrack. It's not easy. Not easy to do at home or at the racetrack. Anywhere, really. Okay, so now we got the piston rings where we want them. We're going to try and slide this down and see if we can get this first one to lock into place. It's really all about just working it and getting the ring right where you want it. Need to get my old man glasses on here so I can really see. Almost need to get my headlight too from inside. My headlight, when I got one right here. Let's just go ahead and put it on. Always helps. These things are cool because wherever you look just lights up. Ah, there we go. Yes, yes, okay. Now we can share. Okay. I think that one is starting. See where this one's at now. Okay, that one's looking good. The cylinders are just a little bit cockeyed here. Like, oh, see, it rotated. Yep, it did. We'll come back up with it. Right there. Okay. Oh, there we go. That one was hanging up just a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Bug on me. All right. Those two are going in. Yeah. So let's check on this one now. Okay, that ring gap is good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think we might. Oh yeah. 2 down, 2 to go. Ah, that makes me feel happy. Especially to get that much of it done on camera for you guys. If any of you guys have ever done this before, I'm sure you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Not the easiest thing in the world, but it can be done. A little bit of willpower goes a long way. So now actually I need to finish oiling this up. I had those 2 middle ones oiled up already. Need to oil these up, get everything slid back into place. And also too, need to, yep, I thought it was coming down a little too far. Need to make sure that cam chain, tensioner, and guide and everything is in the hole. If you go sliding this down too far, you gotta pull it back off because it doesn't line up. It's been there, done that. Get your tensioner, everything pushed back in here. Things will be way better off. You'll be much more happy. Wipe my hands off here. And I will show you guys what is going on down here. And of course, got my shorts and t-shirt on today because once again it might be over 80 degrees today. Today was the solar eclipse too. That was kind of a trip. Didn't really last that long. Didn't really get that dark, but for about 20 minutes, man, it was dark. That's how that goes. So down here, if you guys can see, trying to get this new tripod figured out here. One of my viewers suggested a tripod, and actually it was a pretty good idea because it seemed to work pretty good. So if you guys can see down here now, original vapor tank is still here. This is the new burn down tank. Drilled a couple holes up here in the fender. Went ahead and tapped them. Got nuts and bolts in there, so that's all locked down, good to go. Can just hit the valve here now to drain whatever's in there. There's a vent that's probably going to go on here. Here, I'll show you guys. I think I may go ahead and relocate it because it points out, you know, obviously this is it's a catch can, you know, catch tank for a car, and it's designed to, you know, to be mounted a little differently, but I'm not really sure how it's supposed to be mounted or what car it's even for, but it fit the size in here, so I really liked it. And as you can see, there's a filter here that will be, this is the, you know, the venting comes in here and will come out here. It could come out on the top or here, but the top I don't really have much room. You know, that's why I like this can, because it was short and I could fit it. This is actually the one I had before. It was an older one that I had that I was thinking about maybe trying to repurpose and use, but it just ended up being way too big. It's cool, but it would have just been way too bulky, and it's not light. It's actually pretty heavy. It's steel. Put that back over here. This one actually is a baffled catch tank, so it's completely baffled. Everything should be good coming. Whatever comes out of here will just be air, and then whatever comes out of here will just be oil, probably, because the vapor goes into this tank, so there won't be any water vapor in there. That'll go on there, or I may get a different fitting and put the filter back here, or just maybe tuck it in, you know, put a 45 on it so it tucks it in, you know, so it's not sticking out, so it tucks it in this way. Because I like the way it's actually, it fits. I may actually put panels here eventually, and everything fits in the frame still, so I like that. I like that a whole lot, actually. So, pretty much all the little details. Let me get you guys up here. There we go. So now most of the finishing details that I really wanted to attend to after the last track visit, I think we're good, except for the complete new engine, which I'm really just using this engine for testing at this point because I know it needs to come apart, and it's really allowed me to do a lot of really high boost testing and not really have to worry about, you know, issues because it's already broken. Everything first gear really is the only problem. Second through fifth seems to really work fine, and that's I really just want to dig into it and see what's really wrong with first gear. But you know, that's probably what I'm trying to learn the most as I grow older is patience. Trying to be patient and work through the processes correctly it might be the biggest challenge. Wanting to hurry through stuff and just get it burning. We all want to do that, but calm it down, bro. So, I think the neighbor might still be mowing. So let's just go ahead and open this door back up. Go ahead and push that on there, tighten that fitting up. Okie dokie, that's all good. That's all tight in now, all good. Vent pressure's looking good. Everybody else is looking good. Temperature's way up there. Let's go ahead and move this stuff here. Yep. See if we can get a little fuel pressure here. Oh, yep. Fuel pressure. Lots of oil pressure, as usual. There's nothing better than making your garage smell like a racetrack. Love the way this thing smells now. Makes me happy. I didn't expect it to really put out a little bit, but I think there's just a little bit of water vapor. A little bit came out the pipe in my leg over here. So a little bit's coming out already. Yes, it's working, guys. That's going to work awesome. So everything's going to get trapped in here or here. Nothing coming out. With the new engine build, all new gaskets, complete new gasket kit. No more leaky anything. Yes, good to go. Okay, one more bit of info here. Because once again, like I said, I've been busy. Been real busy. Let's go inside here. There's parts box needs to go away. Busy, busy, busy. Okie dokie, back in the kitchen. Right here, guys. Cylinder head is going back together. All my goodies. New valve seals. Everything looks good. Just double checking everything. This is the new ported head too. That's been massively ported. Not sure if you guys can see in there because once again, not enough light. Do I have my other headlight in here somewhere? Where's it at? I thought I did. Not sure what I did with it. But this head's been massively ported. It's got the high flow manifold. Valves have all been cleaned up, looking perfect, everything else. And of course, these are the F model dual springs. So this thing's going to be good for lots and lots of RPM. It's not going to care. The Hot Rod F model is a bit different. That's the last one Honda made of the single cam air-cooled 750 was the Hot Rod F model. And that's what this one is. It's going to have the Hot Rod F carbs with my setup for the blow-through with the turbo. And of course, their valves with their springs, but I ported the heck out of this cylinder head for this baby right here, GT2871. It's the turbo that I originally fit on the build. I originally fit it to the build just to build everything around that turbo so I knew it would fit. And basically copied it with this setup here. And everything should just bolt on and be magical because it's already been together. So I know it's going to be good. We just need to finish building this thing and we're going to be good to go. And really what I'm waiting on is I ordered a new spring compressor, or valve spring compressor, because my old one, it slipped up here in the top and it wasn't really open, and it was just kind of annoying. I've used it a bunch of times and I was just kind of tired of it. So let's just get a new one. So now, zoom you guys in here. You guys can see here, big old ports. They're massive, and this thing's gonna flow like no tomorrow. And of course, the valve guides have all been cleaned up, sized, everything's good. The valves are all looking wonderful. I cleaned them up totally. There's still a couple little spots that are gonna get, I think basically they just need a little more work with the Scotch-Brite, and we'll be good to go. So once we get all this back together, I just need to get some new gaskets for the carburetors, because that's the one thing I haven't really touched. I've done a little bit of work down there, but I haven't finished everything. So need to get that going. Get the new gaskets for that. We're looking good, guys. Looking real good. The bike now, it's awesome. I mean, I wish the transmission wasn't hurt, because I don't really want to. I just want to go beat on it some more, and it's so much fun. So much fun. We might have to make a street hit here. That might be the next video, is a little street pull, because everything's good now. It's not going to leak anything. I want to double check with some actual boost going through it. So, like I would say, way more to come. Thanks for watching, guys. Boost! Yeah!